Where do you see Travis Hunter being the best fit at this next step? Is it DB? Does he play a little bit of wide out? Does he split between the two? Like, if you were drafting Travis Hunter, what role would you put him in?
we've 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 gone down this road. We've we've gone down this road for better or for worse. Um, yeah, I'd play him at corner. I let him spotlight at receiver, but I think the greatest effect he could have is at corner. But as he said multiple times, he wants to do full time both. And if a team gives him an opportunity, I'd love to see it. You know what I mean? It hasn't been done on a full time basis in the National Football League that I can remember in recent memory. And it would be something that'd be really incredible to see. It'd make him a true unicorn. He's once in a lifetime kind of player that we've never seen before. We've seen guys do it in college, but not to the extent that he did it in college. So let's not put anything past it. Now, him saying what he's doing is harder than what Shohei Ohtani's doing, that's all debatable. That's all subject to how hard you think baseball is versus how hard you think football is. I've never played baseball on a professional level or even collegiate level, so I'm not even going to speculate on how hard it is. I get frustrated with fans talking about, man, this guy should have been able to catch that and you do this. And it's like, you've never been in that situation. I have. It's very much different, much harder than it looks. But if I just looked at it somewhat objectively, just the physical strain that I think it appears to have to do what Otani's doing versus what Travis Hunter's doing, I think it's more physically demanding what Travis Hunter is trying to do and what he wants to do in the NFL, just because, I mean, it literally takes a physical toll. I'm sure you can measure the amount of miles he would be running or the amount of yards he would be running per game, the miles per hour, the energy he exerts each and every play. I mean, I'm sure you can measure these things. And if you did it by that, what Travis is doing is going to be considered more difficult. If you talk about just skill and the skill it takes to execute the task that's being asked of you, I think that's where Sohi's talent is really magnified, because it's such a unique skill set that he has that few people on earth can do. But the same is true with Travis. Being able to transfer his mind from offensive to defensive playbooks, to understand the situations, to understand what this receiver is giving you versus what this corner is giving you, to just flip a switch on and off is incredibly difficult in football. That's why most people only play one side of the football for majority of their career, because once you flip to the other side, a lot of people can't execute at such a high level. They aren't the same kind of player. It's too much thinking. Maybe you're a free player on the offensive side, but on defense, you're like, kind of in your head about certain things, and you're panicked or you're indecisive. And Travis does that seamlessly, and that should be celebrated and really appreciated, because it's an incredible skill that he has. I don't know who he reminds me of, because there's nobody really built like him or trying to do what he's done. So, I mean, the guys that have done it, Champ Bailey, Deion, Charles Woodson, have played both sides of the ball and then gone to the league. Chris Gamble, Hester, those are all the ones I can think of off the top of my head. I played some offense in college and then I played defense in college, but I never played them both at the same time outside of a spring game, and I dominated in that game. But I can't say he reminds me of anybody. He's a unique player. He's a unique talent.
Well, I think you mentioned one guy, and it's Charles Woodson. But I mean, even his usage at Michigan wasn't to the same magnitude as Travis Hunter's at Colorado. And you got to give Travis Hunter a ton of credit for what he's been able to achieve playing college football. It's truly marvelous. And if he's able to do that same thing in the NFL, he's going to be a one of one. But let's talk about him as a DB, because that's your specialty, Rich. Like, what do you view as his biggest strengths as a draft prospect if you're trying to break down his game?
Well, he has incredible instincts, just football instincts, that things that you can't be taught. His feel and zone coverage is really incredible. His ball skills apparently are really, top of the line, top notch on both sides of football. He high points it like nobody else. His fearlessness, and again, his just brain, his intelligence, his football IQ, to be able to to flip a switch and go offensive mindset and attack and run his routes and know coverages and know where to sit in the zones and know where help defenders are coming from. And then to flip it on to defense and say, All right, man. I'm in cover two, cover three. I'm in man to man, and I'm trying not to get picked. I got to communicate with this guy. We got in and out calls. We got different calls in a bunch. Who has two? Who has three? Who has this? Hey, where's the robber in this call? There's so many moving parts to it. What's my run responsibility on this play? And he does that so seamlessly that people don't even know that it's difficult. And he's done that, and so that's really been impressive to me.